Hello again. So today I'm going to take you on a lovely walk down to the Horseshoe Falls, and we're going to start off here at the Abbey Farm caravan park, where I'm staying in my motorhome, Dicky Mint. So as you can see just at the back of me, the ruins of Vale Crucis Abbey. Anyway, we better go and do this walk because it looks like there's rain blowing in. I can just feel like little spots. So we better make a move. So I'll see you. So that's Vale Crucis Abbey. Right, we're going to head out the site. That's probably a better view of the Abbey for you. Or the Abbey ruins, we should say. Hope you're prepared for this steep bit. Bloody hell. You can see, you see over there how high we've come so far. If you look down there to where the motorhome is, it's bloody steep, man. Okay, so when you come out of the site, cross over the road here because it's a really busy road, and there's a sort of pathway here you can walk along. Just keep away from the main road because some of them fly along. Just see the Abbey over there. I'll tell you a bit more about the Abbey later. Trying to focus on the path ahead and not get run over. Okay, so that's probably a better shot of the Abbey ruins for you. Okay. Bloody noisy, isn't it? Busy road. I forgot to mention, if you come out of the site and do a right, there's a nice pub up there. I think it's called the Abbey. And the guy who used to own it used to have shy horses. He was really into them, like he used to show them and everything. And he was pally with John Davis, who used to own the Abbey Farm. And they used to go all over the country together, showing these horses. But anyway, you can get a nice pint there at the Abbey. And in the summer, they do camping on the field in front there now. That's something he started doing the last few years. I think it was since COVID. You know, when it got really, everybody was doing staycations. And he must have seen how busy Abbey Farm was for camping. So he thought, I'll have some of that. So anyway, you've got a choice of two within 100 yards, a couple of 100 yards of each other. Okay, so when you get to this section here now, you have to be really careful. The footpath disappears for about 100, 200 yards. Okay, so here we have the sign for the Horseshoe Falls. And it's not too far because St Tysilio is right by there. That's half a mile up this road here. Again, just be really careful. Road can get really busy here. Just want to get your bearings there. Ruthin, 14 miles, 2 miles to the Horseshoe Pass. If you've not done the Horseshoe Pass, you must do it. I must have done it dozens and dozens of times on the bike. I don't know whether I'd like to attempt it now on the bike. It'd have to be my electric bike, I think. And if we look up to the top of the hill there, not too far, you'll see the remains of Castle Dinethbran. I might try and get you up there over the next day or so. Just a bit of a scotch for me now. Anyway, let's carry on down to the falls. Okay, so here we have Abbey Nurseries. Now, yeah, I was going to say that it used to be a little campsite at the back. It's one of the caravan and motorhome club sites. friend of mine, John Bennett, he's actually stayed on there. So it doesn't look like it's open now. It might be another seasonal one, but another choice for you. Okay, at this point here now, we can see the River Dee in the background there and the canal path. So you have the choice just a bit further up as to whether you want to stick to the road or head down onto the canal path and walk along the canal path. I don't normally walk along here. I'm normally either in the car or on my bike, so like I said, just be really careful. Looks like the remains of an old quarry here. Just noticed this van here and I thought, oh, it must be a van lifer or something. Hang on. I thought it must be a van lifer, but apparently it's, well, as you can see, it's South Yorkshire Fire and Rescue. So they're probably down doing some training down on either the canal. Yeah, this is another of their vehicles here. So they must be down on the canal. Either the canal or the river. I would have thought the river, doing some training down there. Okay, so we'll head down here now. This is to the Cambridge Hotel. Apparently it's recently been done up. Used to be really popular years ago, and then it started to deteriorate a little bit, and it wasn't getting used the same. But I was talking to somebody, they said it's all been done up now and it's really nice. So you can see the river over the back and the canal here. Now this section of the canal, you'd have to be in a canoe to get up here. The last 1.7 miles of the canal is, yeah, you can't get through with the canal boats. It's not deep enough and it's too narrow in parts. But this river, this bloody river doesn't half flow. We'll get down into Clan tomorrow hopefully, and I'll show you the river under the bridge where people go rafting and canoeing, and it's, well, crazy busy. So yeah, this part of the canal, I've seen people along here on paddle boards and in canoes, but that's about it. Okay, just listen to the roar of that river. Okay, so this is the driveway down to the hotel, and as you can see, canal one side, river on the other side, and in some parts there's not much to stop you. So this is, I know you don't want to be drinking and driving anyway, but this is one place you especially don't want to be. Okay, a little bit of the history of the Cambridge Hotel though. Canal built by navigators or navvies. Bloody hell. 50,000 working on the canal at the end of the 18th century. It was the highways of the country, weren't they, the canals? The original Cambridge Hotel. Anyway, let's try and get through. Okay, so there's the old Cambridge. That's the A5 up above it there. Yeah, so I know I wouldn't like to fall in there. And I'm not sure whether you can still walk over it. So this is the back of the hotel. As I say, somebody said it'd been done up. My mum used to say, a good soldier never looks behind. Like this here now, looks as could have done with a lick of paint, couldn't it? Yeah, it looks like we've got the fire and rescue guys up ahead. See if we can see if they're doing anything, eh? If we can film them. See? Yeah. You okay, yeah?
It's pretty, isn't it?
It is, it's lovely, isn't it? Right, looks like they're getting down here somewhere. Oof. Looks a bit tetchy getting down there. What are they going to do? Right, I don't know if they're waiting for somebody to come through and they're going to throw a line to them. Yeah, because there's another guy just up here now. So there's a guy coming through here now, and if you have a look at him, he's trying to swim to the side. Where's he gone? Oh, he's got the... Bloody hell. So he was floating down on his back and then he started swimming. And I thought, there's no way he's going to be able to swim with that current. But anyway, he done it. And he got to the side. Okay, so it was just one of the guys. He said he's been down a few times today. He said, I'm not going to sink with all this gear I've got on. He's got thermals on, double socks. I think he said double thermals. He said the only part that gets cold is your extremities, face and your hands. Otherwise, yeah, it's fine. But even though it's like practice, it's still got to be brave to do it, haven't you? Okay, so we've now reached the, I was going to say the end, but it's not the end, it's the actual start of the Llangollen Canal. It's where it starts here, and pretty soon we shall see the Horseshoe Falls. I think this is like a pumping station. Make a lovely house, that, wouldn't it? Anyway, there's some information on here. Let's have a little look at this, eh? You might need to pause to read these bits. Yeah, this building here, like a pumping station, or the meter house it's called. Around 12 million gallons of water a day are drawn in here from the River Dee to supply water to the canals and to help supply South Cheshire with drinking water. Now that was something I didn't realise till the other day. The water, I thought the water was just for like the canal to, like in the old days, to carry coal and stuff from the Keffin, which is further down, from the coal fields up that end. But no, a lot of this water is pumped through, eventually ends up at Nantwich, a reservoir at Nantwich, and that supplies the drinking water for the people around Nantwich. Very interesting. Okay, so the lady who overtook me a few minutes ago, she actually works here. She's just had like a measuring stick, and she's been putting a measuring stick down in this pool here. I'll show you now. Yeah, she was putting a measuring stick in here. Okay. So you can hear the falls, can't you? Can you hear the roar of the water? Right. So, Horseshoe Falls. Okay. One of the largest three waterfalls that form Niagara Falls along the Canada-US border. My Canadian listeners will know all about that. Well, that's called a Horseshoe Fall. And this one here, now I don't know if this was named after that one. However, you may be a little disappointed when we actually get to the falls. It's a distinctive shaped weir. It's about 140 meters long, and that helps create a pool, and then that can enter the canal via this pump house that we've just been looking at, the meter house. Like there's a valve, so that directs the water this way, and then they have to have this meter house, because if it's flowing too quick through, well, the canal would overflow. Anyway, get ready for this waterfalls, eh? The Horseshoe Falls. Here we go. Now you see a lot of people fly fishing in here, a lot of canoeists, and in the summer, just down here now, there'll be kids swimming, paddling. There'll be dozens and dozens of kids all in here. My grandkids have been in there. A lot of people picnic on the side here and then come down to the falls. I think most people are disappointed when they get here, because there you go, that's the falls, the Horseshoe Falls. So it's shaped like a big horseshoe. Look at all these trees that have come down in the storms and ended up coming down here. So, what do you think of the Horseshoe Falls? Impressive or what? They were built in, I think it was 1804, 1808, something like that, to supply water to the Ellesmere Canal, for the Ellesmere Canal Company. And it was designed by that well-known designer, engineer, Thomas Telford. But like a lot of things, the water's still all going down there, but a lot of the canal network's closed. I think it mostly during the war, a lot of them, that was it, the end of them. Okay. So I told you a lot of the canal network closed around about 1944, but this one remained open because it wasn't just feeding the canal, the Ellesmere Canal, it was actually providing water for people. That's why it was directed off. Just looking at this giant oak tree here now, and all them there. I wonder if they ever try and get them out, because I suppose if one comes loose, it could be dangerous. Yeah, so you see guys stood in this part here, fly fishing. I've seen quite a few doing that. And canoeists, the canoeists, it's funny when you first see it, because they get in the canoe and then they drag themselves along to the edge, and then they just slide down the edge into the water. So they don't like put the canoe in and then try and get into it. Yeah, they slide down some of these bits along here. Okay, so that's the Horseshoe Falls, supplying the Llangollen Canal. And the Llangollen Canal is one of the busiest canals in the country, mostly like for social people, you know, like cruising, that kind of thing. Yeah, it'll be quiet today, I would have thought, this time of year now, but yeah, really busy. Yeah, this is where the guys slide down here. You can see evidence of the sliding here. Bloody crazy. Okay, so while we're down here, it'd be a shame not to show you this little church up here, if I can fit through. Bloody hell, last time I tried one of these, I couldn't get through because of my rucksack. Not my belly, my rucksack. Anyway, yeah, there's a lovely little church up here, St Tysilio. So I'll take you along there and you can have a little look at that, eh? This fencing's all new since I was last down here. Mind you, last time I come down here I was on my gravel bike, so it was a little bit precarious. I think there was fence on one side in parts. It's bloody steep, this path. Slippy and steep. Sounds like a double act, doesn't it? Slippy and steep. There we go. There's the church. Tysilio. I think that's where you go in up there. You can get in here. But that's got some history, eh? Let's go and have a look. Oop. This looks a tight one. It's me rucksack. My rucksack gets caught. Bloody hell. A place of pilgrimage open every day. This ancient churchyard is designated a living churchyard. Grass is cut only twice a year to encourage wildflowers to flourish and birds to nest and feed. All visitors welcome, come and enjoy it. Come on then, we will. Lovely. Oop. I just oops, bloody hell. It is peaceful here, isn't it? Really peaceful. A lot of these will be in Welsh as well because it's a Welsh speaking area. So, Robert Roberts. It's a good old Welsh name, isn't it? Henry Roberts. So. 1871. Let's have a sit on this little bench, eh? Let's have a see what we've got to eat. Is it open? It says it's open every day. Yes, it is. Oh, let there be light. Look at that. The font dates from the 14th century. That's this here. My God. That's a nice touch. Can't see when it was built. Let's have a look. Should tell us on here. Welcome to our ancient church, which is dedicated to St Tysilio, a 7th century pilgrim who founded a number of Christian monastic communities in Wales and later in France. Right, so some parts of this church date from 1180, a date that appears outside above the centre window on the south side. Later alterations in 1580, 1718 and then in 1869. It's a lovely old church. Well done, everybody. And we got some bedside time reading. Look at that. Just hope the door doesn't lock now and I can get back out. Yes. Lovely. Bloody hell. Forgot the pasty. Never mind. We've got water and a club biscuit. Oh, ready for that. Peaceful here. Really quiet, peaceful. Let's see if we can get out this way, eh? What do you think? Looks promising. Easy. Easy, that one. Must have lost weight while I've been out for my walk. Anyway, that was Tysilio Church. What did you think of it? It's lovely, wasn't it? I think that's where John Davis is buried. You know, the campsite I'm staying on. I'm sure that's where he's buried, up there. Anyway, time to head back now. Okay, going to end the video here now. Back at the Horseshoe Falls. We just had a little detour up to Tysilio Church, just up behind me. But I'm sure you'd enjoyed that. It's a lovely little church. Gave me a chance to have a sit down, have a drink. I've got my cup of tea again. I had water and a club biscuit. I had a lovely bloody pasty back at the motorhome. I forgot it. Anyway, never mind. So, hope you enjoyed the walk to the Horseshoe Falls and then on to Tysilio Church. I suppose it's going to be about a 4 or 5 mile walk from Abbey Farm. So if you're staying on the about 4 or 5 miles. If you want to come in from Clan, it's easily doable. Just walk up to the wharf where the canal boats are, the horse-drawn boats, and just follow the canal all the way along and you'll eventually reach Horseshoe Falls. It might be everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people are disappointed when they actually see the falls. They think it's going to be a huge waterfalls, but they serve the purpose. So once again, thanks again for watching. Hopefully see you on the next one. But just before I go, if I could ask you to like, share, comment and even subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching. Ta-da.